Hi, this is the butterfly effect. I'm coming with a different type of video today. I'm gonna be in a more fiery, passionate energy today, so you're gonna see a completely different side of me. Because I am super passionate about this topic, which is how to change your life. Okay. I promise you, if you do the tips that I give you for the next 30 days, you will see drastic results change and your quality of life is going to get so much better. I promise. Okay. Aren't you tired of staying the same? Don't you want to change your life? Don't waste your potential. Okay. I'm like super excited. I'm so excited right now. I'm super excited because another thing that I'm excited, I wrote down some notes in my iPad, and I'm like, it's super like professional. Like before I just wing it, and now today I have like notes down. So I'm really excited to get into this video. Well, honey, I'm tired of you saying that you'll change your life. Don't waste your life watching other people live theirs. Every time you make a promise and you don't keep it, you are insulting yourself. Nobody else, no one, nothing except for yourself. Stop blaming others and external factors for why your life is still the same. The only person to blame is you. If you don't change today, when will you change? When? Tell me when. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. When are you going to change? Time is not infinite. Time is very finite. You don't have thousands and thousands of years. If you don't change today, then I don't know when else you're going to change. You're always going to... Will you always say, oh, tomorrow I'll change? Really? Oh, tomorrow. Well, tomorrow is never going to come. Okay? For you, when you're going to actually change. Okay. So let's start with the first tip, which is write down what you don't like about your life. Now, this advice is going to be a little bit different from maybe other people's advice, but I strongly believe in this. Write down what you don't like. And the reason I say this is because once you write down what you don't like about your life, you know clearly where your problem areas are. Before, you're just kind of like a drifter. You're just like, oh, I'm in a slump, I'm depressed, oh, whatever. You're not really consciously in control of your life, and you don't really know where you're going and why you're doing what you're doing, and you have no motivation, no goals, and you have no direction, and you feel like you're not happy with your life. Obviously that's why you're here. And so, but you don't know why. You don't know like where to even begin. So first, where you're going to start is with what you don't like about your life. It can be weight, it can be looks, it can be money, it can be just you're bored with your life. It can be a multitude of things. Why are you like, what is it that you don't like? Why are you feeling unfulfilled? What do you want to change and why? Okay, this is really going to help you for later on when you want more motivation. It's really going to help you of like why exactly you started this journey in the first place. Okay, so tip number 2 is, what do you want your life to look like? Okay, so if we're going to change our lives, and if I'm going to help you change your life, we have to know where we're going, honey. We can't just be like, oh, I want to change and I'm ready to put in the work, but I don't really have any goals, or I don't know where to start. And so it's okay, what do we want our life to look like? You can do a Pinterest. You can look on Pinterest for inspiration. You can look at your favorite influencers and see how are they living their lives, and then model yours after that. You can simply get inspiration from podcasts, from books, from just seeing other people how they live their life on the internet. And you can be like, okay, I'm taking inspiration. Or you can take inspiration from anywhere, really, from other people in your life too. But basically, we need a roadmap, honey. Like, we need to know where we're going. Okay, so if we're going to change your life, if you're going to change your life, you have to know where you want to go. Like, what would your ideal life be? Or even like do a realistic version. Realistically, where can I get my life? What can my life look like in 6 months by the end of 2026, or in 1 year? You know, is it like losing weight? Is it like a job? Is it a project, you know, that you want to start? You know, and I'm gonna get more into projects, but we need to know where you're going. Okay, so that's right, that's where you write down what you want your life to look like, and be specific. You know, write SMART goals, which is SMART goal is specific, measurable, action, reasonable, and timely. Okay, so write down specific goals of what you want your life to look like, specific details. Okay, tip number 3 is, this is kind of tied in with tip number 2, but it's like we're gonna turn those, the vision of what you want your life to look like, right? Like the big vision, and you can even make a vision board for that. And you're gonna take goals and you're gonna write them down, realistic goals that you feel like you can get done in 6 months. And why do I say realistic? This is not to demotivate you. I want you to aim high, right? And but I want you to also think of goals that you can accomplish in smaller steps every day, so that you feel a sense of accomplishment and like you're actually working towards something, because that feeling that you get when you do your to-do list for the day is unbeatable. Okay, so I want you to get that feeling, and that's going to motivate you to go even further, because motivation is very fleeting. And so if we can kind of bottle motivation up and use it when we need it, that is going to be key. Okay, tip number 4, curate your feed. What do I mean by that? I want you to actively curate what you are watching, what you are exposed to. Let's take TikTok. You have the For You page. There's like a bunch of stuff that's going to pop up on the For You page, and you can lose hours like that. So what you're going to do is, next time you open TikTok, you go to the search bar, you put in self-improvement, motivation, discipline, inspiration, self-care, self-love, whatever the topic is. You know, those are just some examples. So a positive topic that's going to help elevate your life, that's what you want to put in. And then you want to scroll on that and spend your time scrolling on things that are actually content that is actually going to help level up your life. Okay, so what you watch directly influences your life. It's not just mindless content. Mindless content will make you mindless too. And we want to create new neural pathways so that our brain is gonna be functioning at a much higher level, and is more capable of more critical thinking and more complex thought. And it's also going to be focused on changing your life. So to change your life, you have to change how you think. And how do you change how you think? You change what you are exposed to. You start reading stuff that is, you know, self-help, self-improvement. That's gonna that maybe it has a book that has harder vocabulary than you're used to. You're gonna have to look up words while you're reading. You know, it's not gonna be an easy read. You know, challenging yourself to do the hard things is really gonna force your brain to work harder and create new neural pathways. So you're gonna be much smarter. Okay, and tip number 5 is make your life hard. Choose the stairs. Okay, what do you mean choose the stairs? Okay, so you know, if you're imagine you're at a place, right? And you're going to the hospital for an appointment. You park in the parking lot. You get out of the car, you lock your car, and you start walking, right? You start walking towards the exit, and then you see there's an elevator or 2 elevators or whatever, and then there's the stairs. So to get to your destination, you can either take the elevator or the stairs. Choose the stairs. Why is that? Yes, it's healthy, but why do I want you to choose the stairs? Choose the stairs because for a couple reasons. One, the biggest reason is to make your life hard. You want to make your life harder than it needs to be. Okay? You want to challenge yourself even in the small things. Marcus Aurelius in Meditation said that discipline comes from disciplining yourself in smaller things, and then you apply it to the bigger things. You change your life. This small step of choosing the stairs, or small decision of choosing the stairs, is going to have a domino effect on the rest of the decisions that you make throughout the day and ultimately your life. You're going to choose the harder option. And it's a very doable. Choosing the stairs is very doable. But you get lazy, you want to do the elevator? No, choose the stairs. Again, new neural pathways. You're making your life harder than it needs to be. You're becoming a different person. Your brain is you're rewiring your brain. We are rewiring our brain. And I'm going to make a video on how to reset your attention span. If you feel like you're overstimulated, too much dopamine, your attention span is not there, I will make another video on that. Okay. So look at me. Like, I have so many ideas. Okay. I'm like almost a professional YouTuber. Okay. Another way to make your life hard: set screen time limits on your phone. So there's something called screen time, which you can do in your settings on most iPhones, and you can set screen time limits for apps such as YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and it will kick you out once the time limit is up. Like, let's just say you have 1 hour on YouTube. Once you've used YouTube for 1 hour, it will the screen time limit will kick you off. And again, you're making your life harder. Like, you're making it so that you are forced to stop doing the easy thing, stop choosing the elevator, stop choosing doom scrolling for longer than needs to be. So, I'm not saying you should stop scrolling like 100%, but we're trying to make our lives harder, right? And again, when you are scrolling, I wanted to, like the last couple tips ago where I told you, curate your feed. We are turning scrolling into something that's going to benefit you. So it's not doom scrolling, it's hope scrolling. I just made that up. And also, but you also don't want to be scrolling all the time. No matter what you're scrolling on, you shouldn't be scrolling on something for like more than 1 hour. That's like too much, right? And so making your life hard, you're going to force yourself to be bored and be off your phone after these screen time limits kick you out of the apps. And then you're going to find other things to do with your time. Make your life hard. Okay, tip number 6. What's the point of life if you keep aiming low? I'll say that again. What's the point of life if you keep aiming low? I said before, set realistic goals. That is so that you can have measurable steps each day towards your goals. But I want you to also have longer term goals that are aiming high. Most people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 5 years. What are your long-term goals? Like, I want these to be higher than what you're currently doing. Like, I don't want you to just be like, oh, I'm just gonna do this and that. I want some dreams. What are your dreams? Like, well, let's dream. Like, activate your inner child, activate your creativity. Like, what do I really want? What would make my life so much more beautiful? Like, if this goal happened, like, it would be so surreal. Like, for me right now, I'm doing nursing, so I want to become a nurse, right? And it's a 2-year long journey from now, and it's not gonna be easy. There's gonna be hard exams, hard semesters, going to clinicals at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Like, it's not gonna be easy. And me commuting as well to my nursing campus. And then later on, I was thinking of becoming a therapist or a doctor later on in my life. So I have these, big goals. And I also want to get a master's at a prestigious university. So that's also a goal of mine. And so I have these high goals. I also want to become, like, I don't want to say all my goals, but basically you guys get the drift. You want to create high goals, like higher level goals, because, like, there's no point to life if you keep aiming like low, like aiming for a chump change. Like, what is that? Do you not value yourself? Do you think that you can't do it? What's the difference between you and someone else who achieved that same goal? They just put in the hard work, and they set their mind to it. They set a goal, they set their mind to it, and then they achieve that goal. You can't do the same thing. God gave you this life to live. Like, are you any less? No, you're not any less. So if you feel unfulfilled with your life, it may be because you're aiming too low. And I get it. Failure is scary. Mistakes are scary. Setbacks are scary. But what's even more scary is living a life of wasted potential, where you could have achieved something, could have, should have, would have, but you didn't. You didn't. So who do you have to blame at the end of the day? Yourself. But if nobody told you this, if people keep talking down your name, if people keep discouraging you, encourage yourself. Dream big. Aim higher. Don't let media, people, outside views, outside opinions affect your long-term goals. People probably don't think that I could become a doctor. Let me tell you part of my story. I've been to the psych ward 3 times, and once in this past year. And now I'm recovering, and I'm also still taking my nursing prerequisites, because I know that I have goals to achieve, and I have, I want to buy a house, I want to buy a car, like I want to do all these things, I want to travel. But I can't get there if I don't get there by myself, on my own terms, on my own 2 feet. If I don't start making that money, if I don't, and I also want to help people. Like, I genuinely want to help people. That's why I'm also making this video, is to help people. I love helping people. But I'm asking you, like, don't just think of yourself as an NPC, as like just another face in the crowd. You're not. You are so uniquely and beautifully yourself. Like, we are all so unique and beautiful. Even though the world may make you feel like you're not that, sometimes don't listen. You are the main character of your own life. You are the main character, period. You're the star of the show. You have so much to offer. Don't let your current life dictate how you view yourself. If your finances aren't there, if whatever isn't there, I don't let that affect me. Yeah, sometimes the negative voices go off in my head, but I'm not gonna let that affect me. I journal. I listen to podcasts. I make sure that I am good. Like, I talk to a therapist. Like, I make sure that I don't let that negative self-talk affect me. So, and especially don't affect me from dreaming bigger. What's the point of life? Okay, tip number 7. Stop the blame game. Stop the blame game. Stop blaming others for your life. Don't blame others for what's happened in your life. And I was guilty of this too. I blamed family members. I blamed this person for giving me bad advice. I blamed the economy. And not to say that these things don't have an effect on you, but it's like, this is such a waste, and it's such a negative energy. Like, why would you want that? Like, think of someone who was always blaming someone. Like, that person at the end of their lives, when they're shriveled and old, they're gonna be that complaining ass grandma or grandpa. No one wants to be around that. Like, someone who just kept blaming others their whole life, and then they're gonna die like that. Do you really, like, that's so sad. That's really sad if you think about it. So while you're young, stop the blame game. Stop blaming external factors and people for your life. Your life is your responsibility, period. We don't blame others. We move forward. Life is way too short to be looking in the rear view mirror. I'm in a car. It really is. Because if we keep looking in the rear view mirror, and I'm going to make a video on this, of how to move on from your past, we will not get anywhere. We will not be able to drive the car that is our life. Like, we have to look forward and stay straight and stay locked in on our destination. Tip number 8, put yourself out there. Okay, you can post online, and also no, I'll talk about that later. But put yourself out there, like post online. It can be a blog, it can be a web comic, it can be a TikTok. Like just post yourself on the internet. Like let yourself be known to the world. Like you can connect with the world. Like some random person in Indiana can see your video. Like that's so surreal, you know? Like we are living in such a unique time where we can connect with the entire world. So put yourself out there, start a blog, you know, start a poetry Instagram, like start an Instagram for your art. Like there's so much that you can do. I feel like I'm low-key inspiring myself too right now. But you never know what can happen, and the internet can be such a magical place sometimes where you can connect with people and stuff, you know, you never know what could happen. So that's a really good tip for changing your life, adding a little bit more magic to your life. Okay, so tip number 9 is learn a new skill. For example, I'm learning how to sketch because I want to be able to create art in the future, and I also want to create like a web comic, you know, eventually. I have a lot of goals, guys. Like I'm super creative person, and I have a lot of goals, and I have a lot of things that I want to do, and I'm not gonna lie, I do fall into the trap of doom scrolling, negative self-talk, all these things. But I've been trying so hard lately, like at my class, you know, and I've been really succeeding at changing myself. So sketching, that's what I'm doing. But learn a new skill. It can be, you know, you can learn how to crochet, you can learn how to knit. You know, like I said before, it's going to create different neural pathways in your brain and really rewire your brain to be even more intelligent. And it can also get your mind away from the technology, away from any troubles that you may be facing in your personal life, and you can put that all into a skill. You can put all that energy into a skill, and you know, you have something to show for it. You have something, you know, at the end you will have made something. Like if you knit, you can have made a beanie or whatever, and you have something to show for all that time you put in, the time and commitment you put into learning that new skill. And it makes you, knowledge is something that nobody can ever take away from you. What you have here, nobody can take that away from you. So learn a new skill. Okay, number 10, stop procrastinating. If you keep saying, oh, tomorrow I'll do it, oh, tomorrow, tomorrow you're gonna see the same thing, and the next day, and the next day, and it's never gonna get done. Whatever you're procrastinating is never gonna get done. Procrastination is the cost of procrastination is the life you could have lived. Stop procrastinating. Number 11, stop caring about what other people are doing. Focus on yourself. There was this one quote that I saw on this girl's shirt, and it said, one thing I learned in school was to keep my eyes on my own paper. And that is so real. Like that is such good advice. Stop caring so much about what other people are doing with their lives. Like, you know, like if you're feeling envy, like looking at people online or in real life, stop the envy. Stop being envious of people. That is what God has given them, you know, and that is their blessings. Focus on yourself. When you are on your deathbed, you are not going to be like, oh, you know, wow, I wish I spent more time thinking about other people. No, you're going to be like, no, I wish I spent more time thinking about myself. I'm the most important person to myself at the end of the day, period. Like, I am the highest person in my life of highest importance. Why wouldn't I be focused on myself? Why wouldn't I? Focus on yourself. Put all that energy into yourself. And I guarantee you, your life is going to change. Mark my words. Okay, number 12. Tip number 12. Add movement to your life. This can be yoga, it can be a jog, it can be a workout, it can be a dance class, it can be dance videos on YouTube. It can, even be just a walk around your neighborhood. But adding movement to your life, and I know it gets hard sometimes, but just being cognizant of that and adding it to your calendar or your planner so that you know that, oh, I have to complete this or do this, that's going to change your life so much. It's going to give you endorphins, dopamine. And if you're someone who gets depressed easily, or you feel like you're in a slump, it can really give you fresh energy and make you feel so energized. And it's good for your body. When you have a healthy body, you have a healthy mind, you have a healthy soul. Okay, tip number 13. Read every day. Whether that's articles, poetry, or books. This is going to grow your mind so much. You're going to learn so much. And you're going to be a person that when you talk to people, people will be shocked at how much you know. They're going to be like, wow, she or he is so smart. Oh, he or she is so well read. Oh, he or she is so articulate, is so cultured. Read every day. And one tip that I have, well, actually, I'm going to save it for another video, so you have to come back. It's going to be in the how to fix your attention span. But if you have a hard time sitting down and reading a book, I will be going over a tip that it can help you for that in that video of how to fix your attention span. Okay, so we are coming up on our last tip. It is leave your house. Okay, go to events, go to the library, go to a restaurant, a bar, just a cafe. Get out of your house. I have seen this trend online where people are basically saying, oh, I pay too much in rent to leave the house. Oh, I'm a homebody, this and that. And then complain that they spend their whole day scrolling, or complain that they're bored. It's like you are the one making your life boring. Okay? You are the one that refuses to leave your house. And I know social anxiety. I had social anxiety too. But the thing about social anxiety is that you are so much stronger than you think. Okay? You are so much stronger than you think. People are not nearly as scary as we give them credit for. Everyone gets nervous before entering a new environment. Everyone does. Period. Okay? Everyone has insecurities. Everyone has thoughts racing in their head. We're all like, I want you to stop thinking that people are better than you or people don't face the same things as you. That's not true at all. Okay? You are so much stronger than you think, and you can definitely get even more stronger by leaving your house, by exposing yourself to unknown stimuli or external stimuli. And you can build more confidence in yourself when you do put yourself out there, because it's not easy, like it's easy to just stay home and then say, oh, well, I pay too much in rent to go out of my house or whatever. Or you can just be like, oh, I'd rather just doom scroll. Oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, I don't want to. Well, stop saying I don't want to, and start saying I want to. I want the privilege of being able to leave my house and go talk to people and go to a restaurant, go to events and make friends, make connections. I want that. That sounds like a good life to me. Change your life. It's going to take effort. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Like, it's going to take effort. Like, it's not just something that's so easy, like it's going to take a whole rewiring of your brain and how you do things and your energy. Like, it's going to take time and effort. But I guarantee you, if you put in that time, you put in that effort, you will get there. I promise you. Come back to this video in 30 days and write down your updates in the comments below. I'll be looking forward to reading your guys' comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a bit of a longer one, but I really just wanted to say that I'm going to be taking this channel into a newer direction. I'm going to be talking about self-improvement and giving more advice. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye.